Hello everyone, welcome to the Salesforce CPQ training program. This side Amol Barnwal. These are the Twitter link and LinkedIn link that you can follow me on my social network. I am today going to cover about the Salesforce CPQ Advanced Approval Part 2. In the Part 1, we saw how to install the Salesforce CPQ Advanced Approval packages. After packages, what all important steps that you have to follow. I will move to my next slide deck. So in this step, these are the list of steps that you have to follow after installation of the packages of the Salesforce CPQ Advanced Approval. Now you'll have to enable an object for advanced approval. You'll have to create some couple of field on code, some couple of field on approval object, and some FS classes that you have to define. Okay. So in order to achieve my first and foremost steps, I will have to I am navigating to my next slide deck. Enable an object for an advanced approval. So in this step, I have another layer of steps, which is basically a 6 level of step that we have to follow. For further detail, uh, of, in order to like enable the advanced approval for your Salesforce CPQ code object, you can follow this link. So let me move to my next slide deck. What you have to do in my first step, create a field on the approval object name called code, a lookup object on the approval object. So let me find here. Let me go to my Salesforce CPQ. So I have already installed my Salesforce CPQ advanced approval. Now in this you can see all the AppActions packages that we have installed so far. You can see the advanced approval package is being installed. Now what I have to follow, I will have to create this lookup object of code lookup object code lookup field on approval object. Okay, so let me move to my object manager, search for approval. So you see the API name called SBAA underscore underscore approval, meaning that steel brick advanced approval. Okay, open this object, click on field and relationship, click on new. From here, what you have to do, you'll have to create a lookup with the object name called code. Click on next. Click on next. It is not necessary to add this field on the approval layout. Click on next. I don't need any related list of approval to be updated. Click on save. Okay, so I am done with my first step. Let me navigate to my next slide deck, step 2. What I have to do, I'll have to create this pick list field on my code object. Go to the object manager, search for the code, and please make sure the code is basically your steel brick code object. Click on field and relationship. Click on new. Choose a field data type called pick list. Click on next. Type the field name called approval status. Remove this underscore sign because you'll have to keep in mind this API name is without space or without underscore. The values are basically for an approval status you need pending, approved, rejected, and recalled. Put on the layout of code. Click on save. Now let's move to my next step. What I have to do, I will have to create this date field on my code object called submitted date. Click on new. Choose the date type. Submitted date. Please make sure to do not have any space in between. Make it visible. Click on next. Make it available. Click on save. So submitted date is without any space. Submitted date underscore C. Let's move to the next step. What you have to do, you'll have to create one lookup of user lookup field on a code object. The purpose of this field is the user who is submitted the code for an approval. Okay, it's the user lookup field on the code object again. Without space, without underscore. Click on next. Make it visible for all profile. Click on next. Make it visible on the layout. Okay, let's move to the next step. What we have to do, we have to deactivate this validation rule if you are enabling the advanced approval on code. Go to the validation rule. Look at that for first segment in date, it should be marked as inactive. I have my sixth step. What I have to do, I will have to create this controller class, copy this entire class file, go to the home tab in the setup, search for the Apex class, click on next, click on new, paste this controller class and click on save. Now in my next step, I have to create this test class for the above Apex class that we have created. That's it. So in this process, I have completed this enable an object for an advanced approval. In this scenario, I have created this couple of fields one field on approval object and the pick list field on quote object, date field on the quote object, submitted user field on the quote object, I have deactivated this validation rule and created one code extension controller as a Apex class and created this test class. Now this is the part 2 is completed. Now I will, in my next session, I will cover create an advanced approval button, and in the another steps I will discuss about the setup a page layout for advanced approval. Stay tuned. Thank you.